Both of these will like put me into tears so fast. I just got back from work to a couple packages. It's not here. There you are. Back home. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. I can't continue talking without showing you this little guy. Is he not the cutest thing you've ever seen in your whole entire life? So today is Monday. Today is April 27th, Monday. It's like 6 p.m. already. So I've been busy this morning, just like doing regular Monday things. Went to the gym, went to the grocery store, found him at the grocery store and haven't set him down ever since. I've just been literally carrying him around all day like a child. Like I feel like I'm 5 years old, but nothing has made me this happy in a while. So yeah, I've been doing that. I edited my video that's gonna go up this Saturday. The only thing left for that I need to do is make a thumbnail and like put in the description and all of that. And then I work Wednesday and Friday. And then we have the weekend off. So I have a couple fun things planned this week. Loosely, I am definitely a homebody. So I've been challenging myself to like get out of the house at least once a week outside of my regular routine and like try something new, whether that be a new bookstore or a new coffee shop or whatever. So I'm gonna try and do something like that this week. And then I do want to go to the bookstore at some point because there's a new release I want to go pick up. And I may or may not be going to the library because I've gotten a hold or a couple holds that might be coming in this week as well. And that is actually, I'm doing a reading vlog for a video that's gonna come out in the next few weeks or the next like month or so maybe, depending on how long it takes me to read the books. But I think you guys are gonna really enjoy that. And I'm very excited to start reading some of these books for that vlog. So I'm trying to get a lot of those books from the library if I can, if they're available. So yeah. Thank you guys for being here, and if you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the week. I don't have anything else to do tonight, so I'm going to probably open up my book and just read until my husband gets home. So let's do it. It is Tuesday. It is 7:43 in the morning. I am actually at work because they are having like a little respiratory therapist are gonna come talk to the nurses about like settings on the ventilator and stuff like that. So I felt like that would be kind of helpful. And I just wanted to let you guys know, little PSA I guess, I've been listening to whatever this album is. I've been listening to it nonstop. This one and the Noah Kahan new album that came out. Both of these will like put me into tears so fast. It's crazy. But yeah, I have a coffee. I actually have my laptop and stuff with me too because I think I'm gonna go to a coffee shop after this because it'll just be a lot easier for me to make myself get out there and go do something if I just go straight from here. So I think I'm gonna do that. I'm actually I could go to like BookPeople and get a coffee there because I also could go to the bookstore and pick up that new release. So I've got so many options. I also realized that I really need to get my nails done this week. Like this is pretty sad. So I think I'm gonna do that at some point this week too. I'm thinking like a light pink, but yeah, so that is the plan. I'm gonna go and do this. It's supposed to be like 2 hours, but we will see. And I will take you guys along wherever I go after this. I read a little bit of my book last night. It was so good. It was like, honestly, kind of the perfect night because my husband got home a little bit late. So I had like sunset time in my book room just to like sit there and read for an hour. And the way the sun comes in, it like comes in behind me and like is on all over the bookshelves and like on my book. And it was so cozy, and I got this like creme brulee candle, and so it smelled like just a warm sugary hug. It was truly amazing. So yeah, I do need to actually go walk inside. So I will see you guys after. I'm literally going to Barnes & Noble right now because I can't find the Tempest Blade anywhere. Like, no stores have had it, and it's been out for almost a whole month. Not a month, but like 2 weeks, and I can't find it anywhere. It's crazy. Back home now. Actually, I'll show you, I forgot to show you the books that I bought. I'm gonna put you by my plant. So, is that a leaf? It's literally a leaf. Okay, hopefully you don't fall. There you are. Back home with the monster. He really wants to play right now. Cookie. 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 Get your strawberry. Go on. Okay, so yeah, I went to BookPeople first. One, because I just wanted to, it was close, and I wanted to work on my thumbnail and everything. And I originally went in wanting to, thank you, great people. Went in looking for this book, and I don't know why I couldn't find this book anywhere. I have been looking for this book since it came out in store, and I don't know, just every single bookstore that I've gone to wasn't carrying it, or they were sold out. I'm not really sure. So I couldn't find this at BookPeople. What I did end up finding was this book instead. This actually, I had no idea was a thing, but it's an independent bookstore, like an exclusive edition of basically a bunch of short stories from really popular fantasy authors, like classic fantasy authors like Stephen King, Octavia E. Butler, what's her name, Susanna Clarke. They're all like featured in this book and a bunch of short stories, and this was put together by Peter S. Beagle, who wrote The Last Unicorn. He's just like also a very classic fantasy author. So anyways, long story short, I saw this on my way out, and I just am so frustrated because every single year that we've lived in Texas, I've missed the independent bookstore weekend. We've either been traveling, I'm sorry if you can hear Hachi's toy in the background. But yeah, we've either been traveling or just not in town, or like I'm working or something. So I was really excited when I saw this because this was only a special edition that they were selling during the independent bookstore weekend. So these are the 2 books that I picked up today. I had already been planning on getting this one. And then I found this cute little bookmark at Barnes & Noble. It's supposed to look like a little stained glass window, but that is what I got. And then I am planning on doing some painting today. So I think what I want to do is paint and then listen to my audiobook at the same time. I'm currently reading Bookshops and Bone Dust, and I'm really liking it so far. I definitely am not reading really quickly right now. For some reason, I'm just like reading more on the slower side, which is fine, but I really want to do these paintings. I guess this is a little painting update for you. Come on, buddy, bring your toy this way. Bring your toy. I've definitely been painting a lot, and I'm really having, honestly, just like such a fun time being creative. I've always wanted to be a creative person, but never really felt like I had the talent for it. And I don't know, I'm just having a fun time, just like trying new things. And so anyways, I want to make a couple either cards or like bookmarks for Mother's Day, one for my mom and my mother-in-law. And so I think I have like Pinterest a couple ideas of like designs that I want to do. Yeah, just like a floral design, either make it a card and then maybe like a bookmark for my mom or something like that. And I just thought that'd be kind of cute for their Mother's Day thing. So I'm gonna do that, I think, and just like work on that and listen to my audiobook. This is something that I painted recently. I am brand new at painting, okay? And I started out learning with watercolor and then recently went into acrylics. And this is my first time I've ever painted on canvas. So that was a different experience. But yeah, I painted this little guy, which I thought was just like really cute. The little dragon in the middle, and I kind of messed up there, but you know, whatever. But yeah, that was really fun because I get to use my hands for the clouds. And then this is my first sketchbook that I've started. So here are just a couple, these are like my first paintings ever. So it's kind of fun to like have them all in one place. This, I don't know if I'm finished with it yet, but it kind of reminds me of like Valeris. This one I was having a really fun time with like the archway. And then don't look at that one. That one's really bad. This one I watched a YouTube video, like tutorial with, I think his name's Jerry Yarnell. That one was really fun, but I was using these really not good paints and they just were not blending. So the sky is a little funny and the colors are a little off. And then yeah, this is just a tree with some wildflowers. So that's what I've done so far. This is my little paint setup. This is what I've been using. I've been using the golden, or at least I just invested in some like better paint. So I've been using the golden and then the Liquitex. And this is just all the stuff I've kind of like gotten over the past couple months, and get cozy, put on my audiobook, and just paint my little heart away because I haven't been able to paint in a couple days. So I'm really excited. And Hachi is already made herself comfortable on the couch. I'm just gonna hang out while Mom paints, and then we'll go take a little WOK later, okay? Okay. Love you. Best boy. I'm just here for a little princess shift today. So it's a half shift, 6 hours, 7 hours. And then I actually have a esthetician's facial consult appointment today. We'll talk about it later. I'm tired. It's like 6 in the morning, so. Do I look like I'm glowing? I just got back to a couple packages. One, see if I can cover my address, is from Blackwell, so we can open this up together. I worked a half day today and I got a facial for the first time. I really feel like my face is glowing. What do you guys think? I'm not really one to like do things like that to treat myself, and so I'm trying to like get like a lot of these, I don't know if you'll be able to see because there is like a blurring filter on the camera, but I have a lot of like hyperpigmentation and melasma. So I've just started my journey to getting that taken care of. And the girl I went to see was so amazing. She was so nice. I got some goodies and I'm gonna try those out. Little princess shift at work today. So that's nice. Hachi's happy that I'm home. It's actually storming outside right now and he hates storms, so he's freaking out. This is so much prettier in person. Oh, yay. I'm so excited for this book. I'm not sure if you guys would have seen this or not, but clearly I've been in my, like I said, literary fiction, weird girl fiction era, and this is a book that my little sister actually pointed out to me. I love this color. That's so pretty. Yeah, my little sister pointed this book out to me. Anything that she recommends, like, I will read. But yeah, this cover is just so stunning. This is the UK edition. That's why I ordered it from Blackwell's, because I think the US edition is just so boring. Like, compared to this, why would you not want to just keep this the same cover? I don't know why people feel like they need to do different covers for everything. Work was really easy. Probably shouldn't say that, but we're in our slow season and the summer is always pretty slow. So not a whole lot going on and patients are just not very sick. So not a whole lot of stuff to do except a lot of education classes and stuff online. But what I did do, treat myself a little bit because I am in need of some new shoes, and I kind of splurged and bought some Birks. I've been wanting Birks for a really long time. I've always just bought the off-brand ones just because, I don't know, it kind of hurts my soul a little bit to order or to pay like that kind of money for a pair of shoes that are just gonna get dirty and ruined, but these are just really pretty. And they have the back strap, which is what I've been kind of waiting for, to find this color brown with the back strap. Oh no, they're actually perfect. Oh my gosh, you can't see that at all. These are actually perfect. I was so nervous that they were gonna be too small. Now, Hachi and I are just gonna hang until the rain goes away, so we can go on a walkie when the rain is done. Yeah. He's so nervous. Come here. You nervous? I finished a cute little bookmark yesterday for my mom, who's a big reader. This is the bookmark. She's cute, and I'm just gonna kind of like seal both sides. I finished Bookshops and Bone Dust last night, and it was so cute. You guys were right. It was so sweet. He just does it again. And I actually immediately started, I've been listening to it while I was painting, and I immediately started, I think it's called Brigades and Bread Knives. I immediately just started that. I'm thinking about starting The Wall, which is one of my recent hauls. I'm just like feeling like grabbing a book, because it's the end of the month and I have like almost like room to pick whatever I want, is kind of how I'm thinking about it. I kind of just want to pick a random one, like off the wall that hasn't really been on my mind or something, like something random, because usually the random ones are the ones that turn out to be like my favorites. So I'm gonna make some tea actually, and then relax, hang out with Hachi, wait for the rain to end, and then I might just catch you tomorrow. We will see how the day goes. Thursday morning. I keep thinking it's Friday. It's not. It's Thursday, April 30th, last day of April. I went to Summer Moon this morning and I get the quarter winter moon latte. Very, very good. The person who actually made me want to go try their coffee was Destiny Sidwell, because when she lived here, she used to go to the Summer Moon all the time. And it made me want to try it out. And now I'm obsessed with the coffee. Like, it's actually really, really good. So if you live in Texas or anywhere where there's a Summer Moon, I don't know if they're only in Austin. Today I have the day off. I have been reading The Wall by Marlon Hausford. This is a recent book that I picked up. I saw a good review of this. Basically, the girl was just saying that when she finished this book, she just like started crying because it was that good. And the description of it is just right up my alley. And so I started this last night and it has just been, I don't even know the right words to describe this book, but just like such a pleasure to read this book. It is just so simplistic, and from a point of view of a woman, she basically lives in the mountains and there's really nobody around her. The village is like 20 minutes away or whatever. She wakes up, there's this like invisible wall that's like blocking her from going, like go to the village and see any of the people. And she has no idea what's going on. All she has with her is a hunting dog, and you're following her as she's trying to like basically survive and learn how to make food and grow food and farm and take care of the dog. And she meets other animals along the way, and it's very almost slice of life in a way that makes you appreciate the little things, which I love so much in books. Just the little observations in nature and in animals and the way that they behave around humans, and like her relationship with her and this dog and the other animals. And it is just really, really beautiful. And you're like in her thoughts. She's actually reading or like writing in these old journals, writing it down, all her thoughts, and that's how you're getting the story. She's just like pondering life and regrets and hopes, and I don't know, it's just like really, really good. I love books like this, and I'm just like so pleasantly surprised. It's not really exactly what I thought it was gonna be. It's much better. So yeah, if you like books like that, definitely try this one out. I went to the gym this morning. I've been trying to start a new routine and go in the mornings, and doing it in the morning is super helpful for me to just like stay productive for the rest of the day. And now I'm just gonna take care of Hachi and hang out. I really wanna do some painting today and work on like a bigger piece. It's raining. It's cold outside. It's like 63 degrees, which is so weird for Texas, but I'm not complaining. This is perfect tea and painting and reading weather. So I'm here for it. I might try and like take Hachi somewhere and get him out of the house. There's like a massive storm coming in actually. So I don't know how long we're gonna be out here walking. We'll see. Looks pretty gnarly. So it's about 5 minutes. It started thundering. There's a severe thunderstorm warning right now. I feel like I just jumped in the lake. The one good thing about rain that I've always loved is there's never anybody out on the trail. You always have the trail to yourself. And it just makes it even more special. If you've never done that before, gone out after a rainstorm, just go on a walk in the woods somewhere, I'm telling you, it's like one of the most magical things ever, because it's so quiet. You hear the birds. Everything smells just like dewy and fresh. It's always been one of my favorite things. I don't know if I'm gonna include the clip in this video because I was like ugly crying when I finished this book, but
What is this? What do you mean? It's actually a really freaking sad book.
This book is incredible. And you know what I didn't know is that this book was actually published in the 60s. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see, but there's like a bunch of pages where I want to go back and like either highlight or tab or something, because there were just so many quotes in here that really resonated with me. This was not at all what I was expecting. I think I was going into it thinking it was going to be more of like a comedic feel to it, because I thought she would be like having these conversations with her animals and stuff and like just kind of surviving. I thought it would be kind of like a thriller vibe to it, which it kind of did, especially towards the end, but it was definitely more of a just reflection on life, specifically like a woman's life in the world, and kind of like going against the grain a little bit, and also just a massive, I don't know the right words, okay, like I'm not like smart like that, but basically this woman is just really, she's living out in the woods alone for years, and like all the people she knew just died one day when this wall came into existence, and she has no idea why. But what she does is she just puts her head down and she just starts working to survive and doing all of the things that instinctually she knows she needs to do, like taking care of her animals and planting potatoes and like farming and doing all these things that she just instinctively knows that she needs to do to survive. And it's kind of written in a way that it's like, she's a woman, this is something that's not necessarily expected of her, to be out like living alone in the woods, taking care of herself and surviving without like a man or somebody to help her do it for her. Hearing her thoughts on like how she describes the animals and her relationships with them and the way she views them and the way she reads their body language and stuff, and how their relationship grows during this time. So special to me, observing that loneliness for her and what she does with it and how she goes through all these struggles and stuff and how she copes with that. Her need to take care of the animals and basically stay alive is stronger than her loneliness, and she's able to conquer that by just doing what she needs to do. I just couldn't say any more good things about this book. Like, this book is insane. Fair warning, definitely look into possible trigger warnings with like animals involved in this book, because that was pretty hard to like read about, but definitely contributed to the story, so it wasn't like an unnecessary thing in my opinion. So yeah, wow, this was incredible. It has been absolutely gloomy and raining like crazy, like storming raining for the past 3 days straight here, so we've just been cooped up inside and cozied in, just like reading and painting all week. And today I actually took Hachi. We went to our Barnes & Noble. They allow dogs in there. They're like the sweetest people ever. They gave him a treat and he got to meet a bunch of people today. People were like very excited to see him, and every single person that we saw in the store like came up to him and wanted to pet him, and it just made me so happy. Let me just show you really quick. He looks really freaking cute. Look at him. Sleeping on his little paw. Went to Barnes just to get out of the house, and we were there for about 2 hours. I read some more of this, got a strawberry matcha, which was delicious, and then I did buy a book or two. I got East of Eden. I don't know if you guys have seen or heard of that book, but it's another Steinbeck book, and I've just heard so many amazing things about it for years. I was watching Leah Crumpleton, I think is her last name. I might be saying that wrong, but she's also a YouTuber, and she recently read it and also really loved it, and she has some really amazing book recommendations. So I was supposed to work today, but I ended up having to call out because I don't have a dog walker this week or today, and it was like thunder and lightning, and my husband wasn't able to be home with the dog, and so that is just a recipe for disaster. I'm not sure what we're gonna get up to tomorrow. We might go to that antique store. If we do, I'll take you along, but if not, we're just gonna do a regular Saturday gym grocery store routine and just kind of hang out together, because I don't get to see him a whole lot during the week. And so if we go to the antique store, I'll definitely bring you with us. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and just finish the video here, and I will see you guys in the next video next week. And thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you watched all the way till the end. It really, really helps when you guys watch videos all the way through. And just like, thanks for just spending some time with me, because I just really appreciate you guys being here. It just makes me really happy to know that we have such a fun little community here and just hanging out together, especially in the comments and everything. It's just really fun. Brings a lot of joy to me, and I hope you guys know that. So I'm trying to think about what book I'm gonna pick up next. Tomorrow morning, I'm definitely gonna have some reading time. So I'm thinking, if you watch my TBR video, it's either gonna be In the Name of Honor, because I'm kind of feeling a fantasy right now, continuing the Bookshops and Bone Dust series, so Brigades and Bread Knives, or picking up Winter of the Witch, because that's also another fantasy on the TBR. We will see how I'm feeling in the morning. I always like to wait until the morning to pick it up before I decide anything. So yeah, if I see you tomorrow, I will see you then, but if not, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video next Saturday. Bye guys.